Hello, this is going to be a bit of a random start to a video. As you can see, I'm not actually wearing my normal clothes. I've got this Generation X logo because it's for a company called Triangulate Tyres, and their Generation X tyres is something that I worked on. And this video is also from a very different location. It's from Ivalo, 300 kilometers inside the Arctic Circle. It's been quite an exciting flight out, but I've got something even more exciting to show you. It's obviously not snowy, and we're here in Finland, and we come to Finland because we test snow tyres. Well, good news, we can actually drive snow in the summer, and I'm going to show you that. So if you really want to see exactly what we're doing, you're going to have to follow on, and you're going to have to listen to me ramble on a little bit, because I've just picked up the hire car, which is always very exciting. The big reveal, it is a lovely Skoda Kamiq, but interestingly it is already fitted with Nordic pin tyres, Nokian, which is always a good thing. They make very good tyres, irritatingly, and their Nordic pin tyres are absolutely class leading, I'm afraid. But I'm sure some of my clients will enjoy beating them at some point. I'm now going to jump in the car, link my phone, head off, and I will probably torment you a little bit with my very nice hotel that I booked, because it's out of season. It's quite cheap, so I can stay in some of the nice Aurora cabins. But I am actually very excited to show you driving on snow in the middle of the summer inside a building. So, as with any rental car, let's see, is this actually working? Yes, it is. Rule 1, I've got OCD, so let me turn that round. If you've got any Volkswagen Group car, that has to be straight up. Then turn the volume up and down on the steering wheel. This has annoyingly got a heated steering wheel, which I can't tolerate. It's exactly the same temperature as picking up dog whoopsie in a plastic bag. You always end up with 1,000,001 other people's phones in there, so it's always worth deleting everybody else's or it doesn't work. Aurora Village. Exciting.
Head southeast towards Route 9691.
So there we go. I've now linked my phone, adjusted the seatbelt, adjusted the seats and automatic, full tank of fuel, steering wheel's adjusted, phone is connected to the car, seat heater is on. I love a seat heater. I do love a Skoda as well, actually. I've got a soft spot for Skodas. I'll wash all the windows. In my opinion, Skoda are one of the best cars in the Volkswagen Group, because they take all the Volkswagen engineering might and they actually are built by very passionate people. We've got a little Skoda on our fleet, and it was from the Piëch era of Volkswagen, when Volkswagen engineering was absolutely the key, and there wasn't any bean counters or cost optimization. They just made a really good car. That was when the Touareg, the original T1 Touareg, came out, the Phaeton, and also the Bentley Continental GT. They all shared a platform. So let's see if I can get out of the car park. This looks totally different. I've never been here before when it's not been completely snowy. Just to the other side of the fence there is UTAC's proving ground, the airport proving ground, and it's one of the little hidden worlds that we'll show you later in the year, because we're coming back on the 17th of January, and now I need to remember to drive on the correct side of the road. Fortunately, I got in the correct side of the car, because obviously it's left-hand drive, because nothing makes
Turn
you look
right
a bit
onto
more...
Route 9691.
No shouting. Nothing makes you look a bit more of a doofus than leaping into the wrong side of the rental car, and there's no styling that out.
Route 9691 for 3 kilometers.
Good. So we need to be a little bit careful here, because obviously we're on full Nordic tyres with pins in, and the roads are not snow covered. I'm very surprised they're on, actually. So I've come 300 kilometers inside the Arctic Circle to test indoor snow at UTAC's facility, because snow tyres, or winter tyres, so that's all season, and it's got bloody lane assist. How do I turn that off? There's a committee of muppets that live behind desks that just ruin cars. Now I've put this... don't want any of that. Epoxy system. Right, how do I turn that off? All of these things that you should do before you leap straight in the car. Yes, anyway, so if you buy a genuine accredited winter tyre. It has a symbol on the sidewall. It looks like a mountain with a snowflake on it. It's called a 3-peak mountain snowflake. And that basically means that the tyre is legal to use in winter conditions in the countries that demand it. And in some cases, it's actually the insurance companies demand it. We need, obviously, to test that. It's done under a controlled condition, and it's done against a reference tyre. And in this case, my client has asked me to come here to witness the test. But I'm interested from an engineering point of view, looking at the things which could influence that test. So the reference tyre, the SRTT, if that's used or slightly old or brand new, or where we test on the snow, could have an influence. The temperature, obviously, because of the glass transition of the tyre, is going to be slightly softer or
In
harder.
600 metres, turn left.
She's very insistent. There's one road in Finland and it just goes from the top to the bottom. Oh, I hate this stuff. I just hate it. Why is there not just a button to stop the... How is this going to work in the winter? In the winter, there's not going to be any roads here. They're just white over. Stupid epoxy system. Good. I found it inside the car settings. So you can turn off the speed warning so it doesn't beep at you like a nanny state. And I've turned off the lane assist, which is stupid because it just yanks you across the road. It's absolutely ridiculous. Whoever dreamed that up wants absolutely punching in the head until they're less stupid. There's many people in this world that you can't smack the stupid out of, but if I had a chair and I knew who it was, I would try. It's just ridiculous. I've coded it out on most of my cars because it nearly killed one of my members of staff on, it was a Golf 8 actually, on a temporary roadworks. It tried twice to yank her into the central reservation. Complete stupid. So if you're the person in charge of thinking up of stupid ideas to put in cars, no. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, so I am now going to go and drive basically a car, a normal car, inside on snow. It's genuine snow that's been harvested over the winter, and UTAC very carefully manage it. So basically all year round, I think it's about minus 13 degrees, but we'll find out tomorrow exactly what it is. They basically keep a barn with a racing track full of snow so that people like me can come here and make sure that the snow tyres work properly, and it saves us having to have a delay in any test program or any certification program because we can test in genuine conditions in the middle of the summer basically, so we don't have to wait for winter. And as I said before, we're actually coming back on the 17th of January. We've got a huge test this year. We're bringing a number of vehicles up here, and we're also doing something very interesting which you will see in a later video. So if you do want to keep updated really, that's actually with the police and the ambulance service at Liverpool John Moores University on extreme climates and how the emergency services need to be prepared for the extreme climates. We've got a lovely bunch of people, so please give us a like and a subscribe to be updated for that one. You really don't want to miss that. Though we will be doing some work at Myra, so Hariba Myra in Nuneaton, we'll be doing some of the pre-testing there, which will give you a little bit of an intro. And then from there, the whole team is coming back here. So as I said, 300 kilometres inside the Arctic Circle to Ivalo. So it's going to be quite exciting, and there's going to be a lot of passionate people that are very excited to be here. It's their first time snow testing, and it's certainly their first time this far north. Basically, if we turn right here, I'll cause an international disaster because I'll go across the border at Murmansk with Russia, and I am the sort of person that causes safety briefs and is pretty much the reason for most HR policies. So we'll put that on the to not to list today, especially as I'm looking forward to getting into my hotel and potentially a glass of wine. It's now 10 o'clock at night. I've been travelling all day. Fortunately, dodged the new EU ETAS or ITIS or whatever system, which another committee of Muppets has brought in. So I didn't actually need to do the fingerprint yet. I managed to get through with my normal passport, though unfortunately the chap in front of me, I don't know where he was from, Middle Eastern country, and he was subject to quite a significant in-depth interrogation really, which delayed everybody. So I only had 10 minutes to run to my flight, but I made it. And I'm only light travel anyway because I've got basically a pair of pants, a jumper and a toothbrush, and obviously my camera. So I will stop rambling and I will update you when I get to the hotel. So there we have it. I thought I would share with you just how exciting the roads are.
Turn left.
They call it a road, and this is why lane assist doesn't work. There's no bloody lanes. But anyway, next to me is Ivalo's river, and I should soon be coming up to, how far do I have? 2 minutes, 1.3 kilometres. I'm glad I put Google Maps in here because you'd have never found this if you were guessing. The Aurora village. Now, I've always wanted to come here, these little glass igloos, so if ever you do come to Finland and you want to see the northern lights, these are like little log cabins with glass sort of ends on them, really. But of course, they're fiendishly expensive when it's snowy and beautiful. So I've snuck up here, and much to the derision of my wife, I've not actually mentioned I'm staying in this nice hotel, but it was actually just as cheap as staying in somewhere naff. So for the price of a Premier Inn in the UK, I'm going to stay in somewhere that's normally £600 a night. So I will share that with you later, the exciting bit of being an international test driver. So I've decided to try and share with you the excitement as you drive up to the Aurora village, because I just came round the corner there and they put quite a lot of effort into the approach with the little reindeer silhouettes, which is very nice, and I can just imagine how beautiful this is in the winter. So in true international jet-setting test driver lifestyle, I've arrived well after the bloody hotel is closed and reception shut. Everything is completely pitch black. I have no idea where to go because, thanks to Vodafone being absolutely useless, I had no data for the important bit of the trip. So I know that I'm cabin 15. I can see 28 to 14 that way, but I have absolutely no idea where that is. It's pitch black. There's one thing that the Finnish do is make an abject mess during the summer. There's just stuff everywhere, and nothing covers the mess and the shit better than the snow. But of course there's no snow here, so I'm going to take a flying guess that my cabin is up here somewhere. It is just a flying guess. So they did send me a message and said my key's just outside 26. Right, so I need 15. I'm guessing this is it. This is the sort of stuff which is great fun when you're really tired, fancy a beer, and I've got to get up early, which is a complete bonus because 21, the restaurant's shut, no beer. I am tired because I was up early, and I do have to be up early. So theoretically, they've just chucked my key here, so I'll just bollock the car here and see what happens. Hopefully this is my cabin, otherwise I'm about to frighten somebody. So I found my cabin finally, and I would like just to share with you what the international jet-setting lifestyle is all about when you manage to blag it on the off-season. So this is Ivalo's Aurora cabins. So as you walk in, you have the bed, and they very thoughtfully left a couple of little bottles of wine, but there is the view of the northern lights, theoretically. And the bathroom. So a fabulous place, absolutely fabulous place. I'm sure it's amazing in the winter when you can just see the northern lights and sit there on the chairs and lay in the bed. But I'm flying solo, so I'll drink both bottles of wine and go to bed and do some work. Happy days-ish. They're probably warm.